and welcome to Chat Shit Get Well and episode 4-ish, I think. Today I've brought on two of my friends, Donna and Xanthia. We're going to be discussing online dating, relationships on Sexy Time. So, how's everyone doing today?
Good. Nervous, but
Nervous.
good.
Worried you're about to ruin your lives.
Yeah.
And every future relationship.
To be single for the rest of my life from this point onward.
I've been single too long anyway.
You don't know any difference when you've been
Just
single
another
that
day.
long.
Just another day.
So yeah, basically, how do you find online dating? Because you haven't, I know, Donna, you haven't had as much experience with the sort of like Tinder and that sort of thing, have you?
No, I don't actually do online dating. If I talk to anyone online, it'd literally be in my DMs.
Yeah, so like
If they're
Facebook,
not
Instagram.
fake- if they're not a fake profile, which normally happens to me.
Yeah.
See, I've had a few relationships off of dating sites.
Yeah.
But, well, one was very toxic and very bad. But then the majority of the time, it's just bad pictures that you get sent, isn't it?
So loads of catfishing.
Stick pics.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There is a lot of that. Because I was
they think
coming
you
out of a
can have them.
long-term relationship. Before I got in with my partner, there was no online dating. So when there was literally plenty of fish, which was like on a browser. It wasn't an app or anything. So when I come out of that relationship, I was like, what the like this whole new world of like online dating. And I got catfish so many times. I didn't even know you could have like fake profiles. And you'd be like, hey, how are you? Dick pic. 30 seconds in, you're like, whoa, like I weren't into none of that. Like it's not really my thing now, but I didn't do that. I was with someone for 11 years. We didn't send each other dick pics. It just didn't happen. Like, then all of a sudden I'm like, all of these penises are like just coming up everywhere, and I'm like, whoa. Like,
And they all ask you, what are you doing right now? Can I come meet you right now?
Yeah.
No.
Like literally people wanting to come round to your house.
Instantly.
And you know, you think like this is actually quite dangerous and scary. It did scare me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I soon found the flow. I find being with someone for such a long time, and then all of a sudden you're like at a buffet. Do you know what I mean? It's like, which one do I want today? Like, no, I don't mean I had sex with them. I didn't. But I mean, like in terms of like talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then like you sort of get to a point where you're like full at the buffet and you think, actually, I don't want any of you. You make me feel sick, all of you. Do you know what I mean? Just
I think you
leave
also
me alone.
get too picky because there's so much
many
to
options.
choose from that you kind of think, oh, maybe I want this and maybe I want that.
And that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because now we're at a
Massively.
point where we've got too many options and no one really wants to be loyal because they think, well, actually, there might be someone that's better looking or someone that's funny or someone that's got more money out there.
Yeah.
And these people that are presenting, most of the time, is fake.
Yeah.
But it's harder. I think it's harder in this day and age to have actual committed long-term relationship.
Definitely.
I think it's definitely damaging people's view of commitment.
Oh, definitely. Or they seem really nice, and you go to your friend, oh my God, he's so nice. 3 months later, he's not so nice. They seem so nice.
Well, that's the whole any relationship.
3-month warranty, and then after that,
they're just like, bitch, I'm here. Like the
real me.
Yeah. So I ain't got time
Just
for
make
that.
sure you're talking to your wife, Donna.
You and your boyfriend.
So yeah, what's your worst online dating situation you found yourself in?
Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
you go first.
Okay, so this isn't really an online dating one, as in like Tinder or Plenty of Penis or Fish, whatever it's called. Because I don't go on them sort of sites. If you see me on there, it's not me.
Someone's faking your life.
Someone's definitely faking. They're probably faking it better than me, to be fair, which would be even more annoying. But there was this one bloke that I was talking to on Instagram. Where's the camera? You're probably going to see this, so I'm not mentioning names. So I was chatting to this lad for about 10
I don't
days.
think it's his real name anyway on that.
Probably not. So I chatted to him. He come at me on my DMs, like, I like your Instagram, blah, blah, fitness, blah, blah, blah. He's ringing me, texting me, face calling me, like literally.
Wow.
Face calling me.
Face calling.
She's so not into face calling. Always face calling me.
Honestly, pictures of him and his mates, what he's up to, all this stuff, and I thought, that's a bit weird, but I thought it was nice because I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm used to like a half-free phone call, let's be honest, half-free text. And it's not even what you're doing, it's like WID. Like,
Yeah.
not even, bro,
Just the letters.
Yeah. So he seemed really nice. See? When you say they're really nice.
Yeah.
So this is going on for about 10 days, arranged to meet. An hour and a half before we arranged to meet, I got blocked. Blocked me on WhatsApp, blocked me on Instagram. Honestly,
Yeah,
all
the ghosted.
completely ghosted. Still to this day, I'm still blocked. Oh, but he watches my reels, likes them, doesn't he? So
He wants to see what you're up to.
this is the worst thing. So
Watching from a distance.
literally, but it was like if you didn't want to meet up, you could have just been like, you know, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not
Trust me,
feeling it.
that's the way
Just
to
be
be.
honest.
Just be honest. Like, there's no need to like ghost people. It's not acceptable. I would never
it's
do it
not.
to anyone. It's just not on. If you're not feeling the vibe and you're not up for it, don't just ghost someone. That just ruins people. You know what? Like, particularly for you, that's just started dating again after being in a long
13-year
abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Coming out, starting to speak to guys, and you have some dickhead like that that's like drops you like that
Yeah.
and doesn't
For
even
no
have the
reason.
decency to say, oh look, something's going on in my life and I
Yeah.
can't deal with, or whatever your excuse is. Communicate.
At least give me an excuse.
Yeah.
Don't just block and go.
At least give me a lie.
Yeah, lie to me. But then, do you know what? I'm probably guilty of people texting me and me not replying. So
Yes.
I'm probably just as guilty. So people will be going to watch this thinking that bitch goes to me, and I'm like, no, it's different. Like it's a different situation. I didn't reply to you to begin with, but
You haven't arranged to meet up with someone and then get to the point where you're actually going to meet them and then just block them on everything. It's just so
it's
immature. Like,
ridiculous. Or they end up just being fake profiles, really nice, talk to them for a few days. They've only got 2 pictures, so automatically sus, and then it just goes to nowhere because I just know they're fake. So as soon as you mention, I know you're a fake profile, you get blocked anyway.
yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, because you bet they've been caught out.
They've been caught out,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nothing worse than a fakie, especially when you're fully invested as well.
Do you know what I mean?
How about you, Xanthia?
I don't know, to be honest. It's just more the dick pics. That's it. It's just the dick pics and what you're doing out. Are your children in bed? Can I come round? No.
Yeah, imagine.
No. Do you think I want a man like that?
I'm just going to
Not at all.
come round my house and my kids will sleep upstairs.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Not that
people are
type.
crazy.
Oh, like,
Yeah, you're coming for one thing.
yeah, exactly. They're like, no, just a cup of tea or a coffee. No. You're not coming through
that's
my
it. So I've got to
doorway.
give you a cup of tea and coffee as well. Hang on. What are you bringing for me?
Take me out. Like, don't just
This
come
is the
round.
thing, though. It doesn't go like that anymore.
It doesn't. No.
Like, I don't think that I've been offered to go on like a date through a dating site when I was single.
Yeah.
At all, like ever.
they don't
It was
anymore.
like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go for a drive?
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, do you want to come over mine? But like, no, I don't actually.
We know times are hard, but we still.
I mean, don't
wanna
get me wrong, in lockdown.
Yeah,
In lockdown, you didn't have a lot of choice. It was a walk in the park, or it was, do you know what I mean?
But not being funny, how many
Social
kids were
distancing.
made during lockdown?
A lot of
None of
children.
them come from me, thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't get asked out on dates at all anymore.
Do you know,
yeah.
that's
It's
why I
ruining.
give
It's
up.
ruining the world. Like genuinely, like meeting people like naturally in a club, or well, I shouldn't
Yeah.
say in a club. I shouldn't
Not in a
encourage
club,
that, but you know, meeting people like in the
Just in
gym.
general, yeah.
You go in the gym, you might meet someone. You're like, oh, he's a nice guy. You see him on Tinder next week, and you're
Yeah.
like, he's one of them. Great.
Yeah. Not what you want.
No. And then the thing is with Tinder as well, like I've seen people have been on there for years.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? If it's that good, why are you still on there?
I go back on like twice a year, and I just find people. There's people you went to school with.
Yeah.
that have been
That
married,
creeps me
divorced.
Have you ever done that
And
thing
it's-
where you try and match them just to see if they'll match you back?
But you see, you can get a thing. Now,
I'm
just
genuinely
swipes.
not interested in you. I just want to know, did you fancy me or
I
not?
have to get on Tinder just to have a little investigation.
See who likes
just
you.
See what's out in the world. Yeah, see who likes me. Like, investigate him first.
Oh, yeah, for sure, definitely. I don't know. I think the last date I probably went on a date was in lockdown. And that's with my boyfriend I'm with now. We've been together for 3 or 4 years, nearly 4 years. We've done like really nice romantic stuff, like went for picnics. No, pick and dicks. No, he was actually a gentleman, bless him. We went for hikes. We went and done like just random stuff that was like, well, it was free basically because there was nowhere open. And it was a really nice way to like learn about each other, and not sort of judge each other on what we could give each other at that
But
point.
dates don't need to cost nothing.
No, they don't.
No.
No, they don't. And it was nice. It was really, really good. I do, however, remember being on a date years and years ago before I met my kid's dad, and the guy saying to me, this is one of the first things he said to me, is like, when you eat sugar puffs, does your wee smell?
What?
And I was like, are you serious? Are you asking me that question? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I don't eat sugar puffs. He's right though. They do. He does.
No, you tested.
I had some sugar. The kids had some sugar puffs the other month, and I thought I'll have a bowl. And the next morning, I thought, do you know what?
Oh no,
he's right. It does smell like sugar puffs when you've had a wee. Yeah,
random.
But that brought me back to that horrendous day. He tried to kiss me afterwards, and he put, like when he tried to do like that, you go like, and he's like this.
No.
Like literally, his tongue was like a freaking claw in my mouth. I was like, get away from me. How are you getting the vibe that I would want to even kiss you? I wanted to be polite.
Yeah.
Goodbye. My friend set me up on that date as well. I feel like my friends fully
friends?
hated me. No, we're not. We're not friends.
Set up. I'm just set up.
See, I've had a date that he wanted to use all the food vouchers and stuff like that. Yeah. I couldn't even order a Diet Coke. It had to be water. He just
was it like 2 for £12 deal?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was literally like one of their menus. Oh yeah, if you just pick from this and we get meals off of that. And I was like, okay, which is fine. I understand, but it's not what you expect when you're going
not
out
on a first. At least that's second or third date shit.
Yeah, exactly.
No one on the
when
first
you know
date.
each other a bit more, it's fine, but not at the beginning.
Would you ever go for a buffet on a first date?
Do you know what? If I go for a buffet, they're going to see how much of a food monster I really
This
am.
is it.
So it's either I just let him down gently, let him in gently and think, do you know what, buffet, 7 plates in, that's it, that's my starter. And they can make their own mind up afterwards. But do you know, I'm not the girl that goes out with dinner with someone and goes, oh, have a salad.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
I eat steak,
never.
I'm going to have the steak. You know, but when someone pulls up at your house on like on a bike or electric scooter, I try and take you on a date. It's a lot different. Especially when I drive.
That happened, yeah.
Yeah, that happened. Like, I can pick you up, it's fine. No, I'm the man. I'm going to come and pick you up. Okay, like...
On a bike?
on a like electric scooter. It wasn't even his, I'm pretty sure it was a lime one.
No!
Well, it wasn't, do you know what were the ones before the lime? Was it the orange ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The national ones, whatever they were, Santander. So it was one.
Well, he had money to rent it.
Yeah, well, yeah, he didn't have money for the kebab though. Like the kebab bag. Do you know what? I don't mind. Like if you want to grab some sandwich meal deal from the shop and take one on a picnic, I don't mind. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I think the first date is I'm going to see who you are as a person. Okay, so I'm not getting on an electric scooter. I'm going to have to take my heels off now and put some trainers on. It's not about
Did you actually go on the scooter?
Did I fuck? No. I would have walked beside. I just drove beside him. No, I didn't walk and I didn't drive either. I felt bad. I thought I didn't even want to tell him I have an Audi now just in case. I was like, you can leave it here and we just go for a walk or whatever. But no, we didn't even. We got to kebab bar. He didn't even have enough, so I paid for it and it was fine. But yeah, it was one of them ones that's a little bit like
Yeah, it's a hard one when it comes to money in relationships. 100%.
It's
I feel like you don't want to be with someone that's overachieving.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're underachieving.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to be overachieving because they're underachieving.
Yeah.
And that balance is completely off. And I don't know, I actually genuinely don't know how people do it, like when they're not on the same level. Like I've struggled, like I don't know how people do it because I just think if I was under someone's, if they were over earning and they were supporting me, I would hate that feeling. Yeah. And also I would hate the feeling of supporting somebody else. Do you know what I mean? So I like to, I don't know how people do it. I really don't.
Lots of people keep their accounts totally separate, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's, Yeah,
I don't. I share, we just share everything.
Yeah.
That's why I'd rather not have a man, so I could just have my own money.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Do you know what? It's hard. Like relationships are just hard work.
It's a give and take. Take. It's when you're giving more than that other person, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to get to a certain point where you sort of think, oh, like, it's like if you're constantly being the one that's more like paying for stuff, like paying the bills, you're just going to sort of feel like you've got that
you're the masculine
mother dynamic, isn't it? And you don't want to be in that position. But at the same time, if I had my partner paying all my bills for me, I would then feel a little bit like I'm not putting the work in. No, for you. But some people are cool with that, and I completely, I can see why they would think it like they're okay with it. Yeah. Personally, for me, I would find it very uncomfortable because I think that I would just feel like if they told me like, oh, why is the house not clean? Or something like, oh, what? Because you're paying the bills, the house ain't clean. How about you clean your own house? Like that sort of stuff.
See, I can be old school with that. I'm happy.
Yeah. So you said you don't mind that. You'd happily be like the housewife and stuff. Yeah.
See, I did both. I was the housewife and paying the bills.
I've done that. Yeah.
So my thing is, I don't mind balance. I've never had a bloke come into my life and pay for everything. Like I wouldn't know what to do. Like I've never had it.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm the one that pays for everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes help them out, and I don't always mind it. But when it's an ongoing thing, you think, am I your mum? Like, yeah, it's like, am I your mum?
Yeah.
Am I the man in the, like, do you want to bend over? Like, am I the bloke in the relationship?
So next subject.
No, I don't mind that. But it's one of those ones. Do you know what I'm saying? I could do both. Call me daddy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh my.
But, yeah.
So do you two, because you two are both single and have been for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
Obviously you've had like little
Long
tiny like...
time, girl. Still single after how many years?
How long have you been single?
Over 3 years now.
3 years, yeah. So, I mean, that's a
3
long
years,
time for me.
That is
Yeah, it is.
It's such a long time. I
never
don't even
single.
know if it bothers me now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want a date, and then I'd be like, fake profiles, now I'm good, thanks. Then I'm good being single. But then I feel like, was I in such a toxic relationship and I've been single for so long, am I used to being single?
This is it.
That my guard won't come down, because every time it does, I get punked.
Or someone's a dick, yeah.
Or it's always on some bullshit. You just want to find a genuine person.
Which
Do you
is
know what
so
I mean?
difficult to find.
It's like, just be yourself, like the good, the bad and the ugly. Like, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. I
they
think
don't
when
wanna
you've
do
had
that.
so much trauma as well in a relationship,
Yeah.
it's so difficult for you to drop your guard.
things
But
trigger
then you're
you.
also
Yeah.
up against the fact that people are just so full of shit these days. So you've also got you needing to be able to drop your guard, which is hard in itself.
Yeah.
And then trusting people that aren't trustworthy these days.
Yeah.
And this is why women are stay single for so long.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, I'm not going to let you back in. I'm not going to let you back
No.
into my safe space because you're going to bring it all down again.
Because you can get triggered, or it's going to be like that you're talking to them and think that, do you know what, I'm going to give this person a chance, and they're chatting to everyone else. And now it's like what, we're not in the X Factor, it's not a competition. Like, I would rather take myself out of it and be like, do you know what, I'm cool. If you're talking to 5 girls, have fun with them. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
see you
I drop
later.
myself out. Like, I'm good. So,
Yeah, that's self-respect.
like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to fight for
Are you talking to 5 guys though?
No,
genuinely you aren't. No.
I haven't even been to 5 guys. That's the
Do girls do that?
What? Talk to 5 guys. Damn it.
I don't. Like, some girls do. They're just as bad as men. But
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we're doing stuff
I
with
don't.
all of
I just
those.
about reply to one.
You're
person.
way up your
She.
I don't need
The thing is with Donna,
I'd
Donna's.
honestly cut this bit out.
Yeah, that's all.
The only time I've ever used like Tinder and stuff like that
I've never
is
been
for
on
the
it.
obvious reason. If I'm in a different country.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
I've never used a
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Was
use
this
it
it?
when they're
They
abroad.
ask what you doing that night, so they just, that's why they go on there.
I know someone who uses a dating site just to get laid, and it's basically people that want to hook up in your area. And they've basically
Grindr?
5 people.
Grindr's for men.
Grindr's for men. Like men.
That's why I'm getting it wrong.
It's literally, I think it's called local hookups, and this girl I know was going through.
There's
5,
1 minute,
6.
your microphone's just dropped down.
But yeah, so. But I know men and girls that do it.
Hold on, wait a minute, 'cause this is not. We need to make
It's alright. I don't mind if this is edited out. It's fine. But I do
that alright?
know girls that run
Is that
through
okay?
men like anything.
Yeah, that'll be alright. Yeah.
Or they're
As
like
long as you're
they have that men mentality now, don't they?
talking.
Let's just start back where we were a second ago.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Where were we?
That's alright. You can listen in.
I don't know.
My old friend got one of the old accounts that we coming back soon. They're called
Yeah.
Addicted Talk. You know them? Seen any of us stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes me have my own mic.
Oh
So like, if I ask questions like that,
You
she
can,
comes
you
out.
should, yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
should,
I had
good.
it on a little stand here, so I just.
Because we're 3 girls
Yeah.
talking, so you could come in with a male perspective and ask some questions.
Yeah, I might do.
Yeah, try
Do
and
that.
defend the men a little bit.
What are you lot going on about?
You
Yeah,
know.
trust me, I've filmed a lot of stuff.
Um,
Sorry.
That's
so
all right.
I'm trying to think. Well, we was asked. Oh yeah. So, excuse me, burping. So yeah, the girl you're saying they're talking to 5 girls at one time.
Yeah.
And going
Yeah.
back to that, you were saying Xanthia, you may have been able to entertain 5 people at one
I've
time.
had them moments.
I think we all have. To be fair, when I first started dating,
Yeah.
not even dating, because it wasn't
Yeah.
dating. It was just
We're just
talking to people.
talking. Yeah.
And there was nothing in it. It wasn't sexual. I mean, fair
No.
enough. Yeah, they may have sent a few dick pics, which those guys I
Yeah.
wouldn't talk to because it just shows their level of respect as soon as you speak to them.
Yeah.
So I would just. But there was a couple of people I would speak to 3 or 4 people at a time. But then I couldn't keep track of the conversations,
See,
and I'm
I'm pretty
sending
good at
people
that.
replies to
I'm
other
not
people's
gonna lie.
messages. I'm so shit at calling people the wrong names, like replying to things that I shouldn't be like asked, like just forgetting because I'm just
Yeah.
forgetful. Like I'm shit at bullshit and I'm so shit at lying, so I try not to do it.
I am day to day, but when it comes to
Men.
male conversations,
Yeah. Mate, you're
I
lucky.
can tell what each one's doing, and I know exactly who I'm talking to about what. and it's sweet.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. You're lucky if you get a reply from me in 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, something could happen to me. No one would know. They're like, oh, Donna. She just doesn't reply.
Donna does just drop off the earth occasionally.
And some blokes text me when they first meet me. They're like, text. And every like 4 texts, I've only sent them 1 back, and they automatically lose interest or think I'm not interested. And I think I'm consistently shit with my phone. Like I am.
Yeah.
I do need to be more present. But do I? But I don't know. Like,
but that's the thing. You don't know if you have the need. You're not desperate to be in a relationship. No. And this thing you've said you don't really see yourself being in a long-term relationship.
I've never seen myself getting married. Like never.
Yeah.
Just don't see it or living with him and stuff. Like
you've got everything you need. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite my own space and my own house and the way I do things.
Yeah.
That I just want someone to kind of slot in nicely
and then fuck off.
Yeah. But when I want my time, I'll be like, see you in about 4 days. Yeah. Kind of thing. Like, we
that's
can
great. That's good.
I love but at the same time, I love love.
It's good. Yeah, no, I love love.
The right person. That's probably what it is. So you get used to having toxic love, and you try and break the cycle.
Oh yeah,
so
well, my God.
Be in love. Like I do want to find someone.
When I was first with my new partner,
I want a part-time boyfriend with full-time benefits. I ain't got time for a full-time boyfriend.
To be fair,
part-time boyfriend.
A full-time relationship is part-time anyway because you're at work most of the fucking time anyway. Do you know what I mean? It is a part-time relationship.
Twice a week.
I feel like I see my boyfriend on a part-time basis because we're both working. We see each other 2 or 3 hours a day. That's part-time. The only difference is he sleeps in bed with me at night. That's you know.
That is.
And then we go on holidays and stuff like that. But when you're talking about toxic love and stuff like that, that's something. When I first got with my new partner, I was just like, why aren't you shouting at me?
Yeah, like, so nice
what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing these horrible things? Why aren't we making up violently? Like, what's going on?
Make upsets going on.
And it's like loads of challenges of going from being in a bad relationship to moving into a good one.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to talk about in that was with the next subject, which is like the sex side of things.
Yeah.
And going from having actually what I think is quite toxic sex, which is what I would call porn sex in my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going from having a relationship where my sex life for 11 years was predominantly based around whatever porn he'd been watching.
Yeah.
And actually didn't make me feel very good or make me have orgasms.
No.
Yeah.
And wow, that's very specific for people that know me who I'm talking about. Whoops.
Well, life experiences.
But, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good at the time to go through those experiences and try all those different wacky things, like a bit off the wall, a little bit risky, a little bit. And I can tick that box and I can say I've done it.
Been and done it.
However, I am not interested in doing that shit anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, when I've had a few drinks or we've had a few nights off or whatever, a couple of days off on holiday, we want to do something a bit crazy, we can do it. But I ain't doing that every week.
No. Yeah. But you also don't want just missionary all the time.
Oh, no, but the difference is...
Not at all.
The difference is from having that sort of... I mean, I'm not saying that all that sex is toxic for people because some people do enjoy that. For me, personally, I found it to be quite toxic. But moving into a relationship where I was able to actually...
You're like, hi, guys.
Yeah. I think I just must be very vanilla maybe these days, I don't know. But moving into a relationship for me where was able to actually make love for the first time, and that was something I've only just done in the last sort of 3 years, and that was actually so much more empowering I was able to have the best orgasms. The best orgasms, the best experiences, the best feelings. I never felt guilty afterwards. I never felt dirty afterwards. I always felt really good about myself. And that's like something I've only discovered in my 34 years old, and I've gone through my whole life. What I thought was sex and what I thought was enjoyable sex at the time, I thought, this is what it's meant to feel like and this is what it's meant to be. Actually, I didn't really fucking enjoy it. I was doing it to please my boyfriend for a long time. Because I think that's you look at the porn and you go, that's what sex is. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's going up there, is it? Oh, okay.
We got to use what?
And you think, fuck's sake, what's he been watching now? Fuck's sake.
Again.
I don't want to do this, but I love him and I'm going to do it to keep him happy. But then obviously from your perspective, you're saying that's, your cup of tea more than it is mine, which is fun. I mean, you watch... Xanthia watches porn.
I'm a massive porn watcher. Because I just think some porn is ridiculous.
You can't watch the acting.
Oh my God.
It's the acting.
Yes.
No, you haven't.
And she's
the
like,
acting is the worst. Like, honestly.
acting
just called
is
me
the
out.
worst.
And the orgasms are the worst. Like, I can't.
Oh, I know, yeah. But
So
the thing is, I think that's how I learnt to fake orgasm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we've all watched it to learn how to
that's-
fake.
We can all fake. They're like, oh, good, you're enjoying it, but you're like a desert. Well,
But they don't even realise, like, that's the thing.
but
Did
they
you, when they
don't
say to you,
care.
did you come?
do you even care?
Why
if
are
you
you
did or not?
asking me that question?
If you can't tell, I didn't.
You clearly did more than once.
If I haven't scratched your back and started pulling your hair,
if
you're
I'm
in
not
trouble.
biting you, then no, I'm good.
If the neighbours ain't heard, it ain't happened.
Yeah.
Please don't turn up at my house. We could have murdered someone. No. But you know, I've actually never made love though.
See, I
that's
have.
sad, yeah.
I
have.
think if I ever made love
think
to
you've
someone,
got-
I think I'll cry. I think I'll cry the first time. Like if it really happens.
Yes.
If it ever happened to me.
So
but
beautiful.
Love me.
I'll just remove the strap on the fire.
This is we were literally so we've had a conversation about our
Not ready for that.
what's the worst thing that you've done in a sexual deviant place?
Sweating now. I'm sweating.
Get excited.
A little bit excited. I'm actually sweating.
Well, I've not necessarily in an actual sexual setting, but I've literally had to deliver knickers to a guy's house before for him to enjoy.
Your knickers.
Yeah, my knickers.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I've heard there's quite
And
a
then
lot
I
of
get
that going
videos of him enjoying my knickers. Yeah.
Knickers,
I need to start
sniffers.
charging.
Some women make money. Some women make money
Yeah.
off of
Yeah.
that. Like big time
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I was selling some
Do
I
we
was
want to
selling
know?
some. What was I saying? No, my bikini, my competition bikini
Oh,
on
yeah.
eBay, and I had so many messages saying, if you wear it
Yeah.
and send it to me dirty, I'll pay you double the money.
Yeah.
500 quid, not complaining. I paid for my next bikini. I'm not going to deny I didn't do it. I didn't wear it, but I sold it and told him I wore it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then they were like, oh, have you got any other underwear? Can you send me, if I send you a pack of thongs, will you wear?
Yeah.
Delete.
Yeah.
I've sold my soul once. I'm not doing it twice today.
This is not a regular job for me.
Exactly. I've got other things I want to do with my life.
I don't think
If
that
you want
bad,
to
I'm
pretend
good.
I wore, I mean, to be fair, you don't even the bikinis that you wear on the shows. You don't like put them in a washing machine anyway. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, because they're too blinged up.
Technically, they are.
technically, you got what you paid for. No refunds. You passed your warranty. Yeah. So going back to the relationship side, like the sex part side of things, obviously, like you're saying that you're obviously a bit out there, a little bit more extreme than I am. I'm a boring old woman.
Vanilla.
I feel like I've probably ticked the boxes, so I don't need to go back yet. I
would
dread
say
to think
you-
what's out there now, to be fair. I dread to think it. I really do. I'm worried for the younger generation of our children and young women, to be fair. Because this is getting pretty extreme. Like, there's a new TikTok out now, and it's like that vanilla baby. That one.
loving that
and the end bit is women choking themselves.
I was going to say, that is
And
the
they're
thing now, is
children,
being
they're 18,
choked.
17.
I'm not really choking person.
And they're like, show me that you love me.
Yeah.
What? Are you fucking
People have
serious?
died from that.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'd like to breathe.
Asphyxiation. Great. I love you. Let me strangle you. Like,
A little to grab your face to give you a kiss, fair enough, but no.
Oh, yeah,
if I can't
but-
breathe, I'm good.
yeah, I remember once.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I won't go into that actually. There's nothing worse than Nelly dying.
Take my fun out of it now.
You ever seen the stars?
It's just like, where am I? Man.
So going back to what I said earlier, sorry if I outed you, we can edit this out if you don't want anyone to know. It is quite common that some women do watch porn. That's
Yeah.
quite,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't. I think it corrupts the brain. I think it gives
Yeah.
people certain expectations that aren't real and it's unrealistic.
Yeah, but it depends how much you get into it.
Yeah, it depends what
porn
level.
you watch
Yes.
as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There are so many levels.
Yeah, tell us.
So some are just totally wrong.
Yeah.
In so many ways. But it's just, I don't know, your basic, the next door neighbour come round. Like, do you know what I mean? You just get...
How old's your next door neighbour? He's an old man.
I don't talk to my next door neighbours anymore.
Break their marriage up.
As soon as they come round, we don't talk.
They move quite regularly.
She's got a knocking shop next door.
And then a swinging party.
Revolving door.
That's why I started driving, though, to find my keys in the middle.
There's a lot of that nowadays, though.
Yes,
there is.
That's what I mean. I think
as well. They're all like 40s plus. So
people just like...
Could be my vibe.
Yeah, but I don't mind an older man, to be fair.
I'm starting to like older men because these young little, I don't want to call you a fuck boys, but a lot of them are. They are though. Like, not everyone, but I don't know if you're texting like your half-free phone calls or texts, you're just trying to get laid. I don't mind sometimes, But then other times it's like, you read it and you're like, nah, it's not even.
The thing is, I've never really been able to have sex without it being an emotional experience.
Like
I
can't. Plenty of fuck buddies.
I can't.
Literally, since secondary school, I've had plenty. You just go round, do the deed, you come home.
But then don't you find? I mean, I have had one night stands. I'm not saying I haven't, because I have, but I do find it, I wouldn't be able to just have a fuck buddy. I couldn't. I end up falling in love with people very quickly. So for me, I can't do that. So, but I have had one night stands and I found them really, really disappointing.
Oh, one night stands I've had have been so disappointing, but when it's to like friends with benefits,
so you get to know each other.
Vaguely get to know what each other likes and stuff. So, because you're doing it more than once.
Yeah.
So it's...
And how do you feel about that in terms of like, some women might say you feel used. So if a guy's...
Depends how it is.
How you view it, yeah. So if you feel like you're... I suppose that's because if a woman's more emotional than a man and she says... Like for me, if I was like, he's my fuck buddy, but really I like had emotions.
Like him,
Then I would feel used. But I suppose if you're in control of the situation as well and you know it's just sex and you can just get away, you can just walk away from that, then obviously it's on a mutual agreement.
Like, it's just
Can
sex.
you? I don't.
I feel like you can either look at him and think, it's just sex. Or you can think, I generally do like you. I want to see. It could go from sex to... It could progress, though.
I just find it difficult to, like, share my body with someone that I don't have an emotional connection with.
Yeah, see, that's probably why I don't get
that. Well, I never cared as such. Years back, it used to be like he was the fittest guy in Milton Keynes. I'm going around every week. Like, do you know what I mean?
Was that in a hope that you would go further than just having sex? It was just literally for sex.
He'd finish clubbing one night and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "All right, I'll get out of bed, take him home." And we didn't even do anything that night, to be fair. I was just the one that took him home. But I'd be going around his like every weekend. Yeah. And it was just, he's the fittest in Milton Keynes. I don't care.
I suppose,
When, like, if there was a lad and he was like the fittest lad and he liked me and none of my friends, then I'd be like, do you know what, why not?
Yeah, well, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm like, but do you enjoy it though? Because I think for me, sometimes growing up, did I get with some of these lads for validation for myself? Because I was insecure in myself.
Yes.
Or I was like, they think I'm pretty and I don't think I'm pretty, so... Yeah,
I don't know. See,
I've always wanted more than sex, though. They always wanted more.
Oh, see,
maybe not so much now because they've got these young, pretty girls. So the old ones like myself are just But...
See, I've got a very high sex drive. So to me, a lot of the time back then, it was just sex, and it was a bonus.
I think you have a high. Well, I think as a single woman, I mean, I've not been single for very long, but my sex drive when I was single was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a long-term relationship, it does dip, and it's nothing to do with your partner. I think it's just because it's available and it makes it less like, you want it. And then you have to try and find ways to keep your sex life like exciting and like, just sort of keep your libido high enough. Fitness for me is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Eating well. What other things is there that I've noticed? What did I take recently? Some sort of steroid.
Mine is, my kids go to their dad's every other weekend. So I know exactly. I'm just going to chill, have a drink, get the vibrator out. That's a fact.
Sex toy.
That is a fact. Yeah. Literally, when people are like, what did you get up to this weekend? You know exactly what I'm doing. That's Friday night. I ain't going out Friday night. You want me to go out Saturday? Friday night, mate? No. Go from work, the kids go, bath, alcohol, vibrator. I'm chilling. Like, honestly,
this is the thing though, you don't need a guy. Like, if you're the only thing you're looking for a guy for is sex, you're paying your own bills, you've got your own house, you've got your kids, you've got everything you need. The only thing you're missing, I suppose, is that love and that like intimacy. Yeah. But if you're finding ways to love yourself, vibrators, if you're finding ways to love yourself, then
I'm texting 5 men a day
that's the
that
thing,
are asking
like,
how my day's been. That's enough.
Yeah,
you still get the conversation. Yeah.
You need to get on the texting thing. I need to like reply.
You're so shit. Do you know what I said to her last night? I said, can you send me in the questions for the podcast? Right? She screenshot. I was so proud of her. She screenshotted for the first time. Right? And I went the first time. I was like, can you copy and paste it? She went, I don't know. She was like, I'll try. Yeah, no, that's good. I think it's good in a way because so many people are just stuck to their phones constantly. Yeah. And they're like, everyone makes Donna feel bad because she's not, but she's actually one of the ones that's right. It's the rest of us that are wrong.
On your phone, you don't reply to me.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
You don't like me, you're not interested. Firstly, chill the fuck out, I don't even know you. Secondly, I texted you yesterday.
I texted you once yesterday.
I texted you last week, like, okay. I don't know you to be texting you every day. When I get to know you, I'll text you every day. But they forget that they don't know me, so they constantly text.
Yeah.
So when I'm like, I don't really text, they generally think I'm either a dick or I don't like them.
So do you prefer phone calls with guys instead of texting?
You can phone me.
That's so old school, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 hours. Like, you could phone me now, I'll be on for 2 hours, send me a text. Look at it, or certain times.
Have you ever had one of those ones where a guy's got a really sexy voice and you're like, then you meet him and you're like, what the
This guy has a Scottish deep voice. And I was like, loved it. Then I met him and he wasn't half as fit as what you'd expect him to
just close your eyes.
Do you know what? I get worried about
just talk to me.
Because of pictures and social media and Snapchat and all that, I generally am like, because sometimes I use a filter sometimes I don't.
They're the worst, aren't they?
And I think, use a filter and you think, God, I look so pretty with a filter. But then that person now is like, oh yeah, you're fit, let's meet up, and think, oh no.
The mask has slipped.
I don't look like that.
So when I meet people in general, I do get nervous, but I think you see me with no
The thing is, guys don't really
use...
A lot of guys don't use filters, and the ones that do, they look weird.
Yeah.
Like, they just look weird. They've got, like, long eyelashes and pointy pixie noses and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, mate, that doesn't look good. Like, you look better. Like, I think men look better in their sort of rugged, raw version anyway.
This, like, sofa.
But women, definitely. Like, I'm actually, the blessing in disguise happened to me because my front camera slightly broke and I had to have it replaced. And when they replaced it, now none of the filters work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm actually unable to now put filters onto my pictures, which is really quite a blessing because I end up getting really insecure when someone else films me without a filter, and then I'm like, oh God, I look so old and ugly.
Oh my God, is that my face?
So I'm like, actually, I'm cool with that filter thing not working because I don't want to have to...
The real you.
Yeah, just put it out there. I don't care what they think. Or do I?
I'm like that now.
Maybe
now
I do.
Like that. But I'm like, why? Like, people are like, you should go out and dress up nice. Why do I have to wear makeup to go out? But then I thought, no, because I don't really go out, but when I do, I want to go out and look nice. So, but then they look at me and think she looks like that every day. I'm like, no, I don't.
No,
I really
school
don't.
Run, not
school run, you wouldn't even notice me. You'd be like, I don't even do the school run, we could get picked up.
Oh yeah.
You won't even see me on the school run.
That's the worst. Do you know what? I remember years ago seeing some guy in a club, and obviously before I had my boobs on, I used to stuff my bra, and I used to and I used to look like I had really big boobs, and I used to wear I used to look nice, and fake hair, the extensions and everything. And I see him on a night out and he's chatting me up, and the next day I was walking from work, I had my Ladbrokes uniform on, which is a horrible blue shirt. No hair extensions, hair tied back, no makeup, hanging up my ass, eating a bag of McDonald's chips, and he's walking down the freaking... and do you know what I did? I turned round and walked the other way. So I literally saw him. Turned around, started legging it out. I was like, that was before filters. Yeah. That was just hair extensions and putting chicken fillets in my bras.
Yeah, but that was our filters.
Which was a filter. Yeah, exactly. But that was at least they met you in real life. Like now these filters are completely different.
Yeah, now your skin's flawless on the filters.
No. No. And I just, do you know what the scary thing is though? I was in the gym the other day and there's a few girls in there that look like they got the filters on.
Yeah.
But they all look like cats. Why do they all look like cats?
People
Too much.
Why do they all look like cats? If I start looking like a cat, can someone please sort it out? Because I don't want to look like that, and I don't know how it gets to that point. They've not got their friends aren't telling them the truth.
No. Well, they all look the same.
They all look the same. They all look the same. And there's about 4 or 5 girls in my gym, and they look like the same person.
Yeah.
And cats.
Like meows.
They're like cat women.
And they all get the same amount of filler, and it's like so obvious sometimes.
Yeah, it's like all here, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
the
all
cheeks.
there.
And the lips.
Yeah.
And it looks good on Instagram, because the thing is, once they put their pictures online and they have the filter on top of it, it looks really, really good. But in real life, it actually looks a little bit scary that everyone's just turned into a clone. There's no like originality, like, is that a word?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So originality word.
It doesn't make me feel as bad now that I'm single. I feel like, maybe they're just all looking for the same sort of blow up filter.
Nah, I don't know.
Girl, do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm just half natural.
Barbie.
Looking girl. Well, I'm a half Barbie. I'm not a full one.
Do you know what
Barbie
the Barbies
girl.
are now the girls with the black hair.
Yeah,
They went from, I used to be the bimbo blonde, and then everyone went from blonde to black, and then the girls had the dark eyebrows and the black hair.
And I went from black hair for years now to blonde.
You've just reversed it.
I just reversed it. And everyone's getting black hair now, and I'm like, no, I'm going blonde. When everyone goes blonde, I'll go back to the dark side.
Yeah.
I've been blonde forever.
You've been blonde forever,
there.
So what's the worst thing you've done for love?
Accepted the bullshit.
Yeah.
Except their toxic bullshit, and made 101 excuses. But when it was bad, it was bad. But when it was good, it was good. So I kept holding on to the good parts and thinking, he's tired from work, he's had too much to drink, blah, blah, blah. He's probably on a sesh. Like, I made 101 excuses. Like, it got progressively so bad. 13 years later, I have to take accountability to be like, I stayed for too long. Yeah. It was only after I had so much, and I had my own mental breakdown. Well, not a full one. I was just like, fuck you! That's it. And that was it. I just kicked him out. He's just coming to my house. Like, he didn't never live with me, but he'd just break into my house in my garden, looking through my windows at 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Ring me, text me. If I didn't answer the phone, he'd be banging on my door at 11:30 at night. Honestly, it got really bad. Like, seriously, really bad. We're not going to all of it, but it got so bad. That probably has affected me a little bit of moving on relationships. But I put up with all the bullshit because, one, I thought it was normal. And two, I just made so many excuses to be like, oh, but it is this and it is that. And no, he's just a fucking dick. Like, it was just... Yeah. Sorry, am I allowed to not swear too much?
Mate, we've said about F about 1,000 times already. No, you're allowed to swear. I believe swearing shows passion, to be fair. It's just honest, isn't it?
So, I put up with the bullshit. And now sometimes if I talk to someone and they show me slight bit of the same bullshit, I'm like, go fuck yourself.
The thing is as well, because you had a lot of love bombing and stuff like that. So when you see that at the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, is this person actually doing it from a good thing, or are they just love bombing me to get me into that manipulation?
Yeah. Well, they must do, because then they block me afterwards when I'm like, fuck you. So it must be. But I'm like, love me a little bit more because I enjoy it. I know what you're doing, but I like it.
The other day in the gym, Donna said to me
shit.
the other day in the gym, she had something happen on Facebook with a couple of people messaging her, and I don't think she could believe that she was getting this attention natural.
Right. I couldn't believe it.
She'd created this whole plot in her head. Like it was a mass conspiracy, and everyone involved in this group were literally...
You know what? The people in this group... It's funny because
it's not funny because it's obviously come from a part of where a toxic,
Not just that, they all know each other. They're friends. So to me, you're all texting me. It's sus. But they text me at the same similar time, and then I got a fake profile messaging me. So in my head, I was like, okay,
they're all together. They're all messaging.
Full blown conspiracy theory. That's full blown.
All know each other apart from the fake account, but it was just weird. And then I thought, okay, it can't be him. It must be this other person. But
it was the same time she'd just uploaded all of her bikini pictures from her show. So I think it was just that.
Like, I don't think I'm pretty. So for me, when people
you are pretty.
People like my picture, they're like, oh, look, I'm a bit like,
yeah, it made me cringe.
And I'm like, oh, thanks. But I don't always believe them. I think the same people that tell me I'm pretty, then they turn that around and
that's it.
They use that against you. Yeah. You go from being pretty to an ugly bitch in like 5 seconds. Do you know? But do you mean it when you say I'm pretty, or are you just taking the piss?
Yeah.
It's to get
You
in
know
the
what I
good
mean?
book
Yeah,
sometimes,
Yeah.
innit? So it's,
Or they tell you what you want to hear.
It's hard to
and
drop
I'm
that guard and start believing people, but I think when you believe it yourself, it's so much easier for you to drop that guard, and that's something everyone should work on. 'Cause you're not going to let anyone else love you unless you love yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the fitness side of things, and like mental health and getting yourself in a good place is so important to make any relationship secure and like good for everyone and not toxic.
Yeah.
I love a bit of toxic.
A little bit.
I do love a little bit of toxic. I am toxic. Oh, I'm toxic.
Oh yeah, you
Sometimes I'm horrible. My poor boyfriend, honestly. And he looks at me and he's like, "You're horrible." And I go, "I know, I am." And then a couple of days later, we're like really happy again. Yeah.
Sorry.
I will literally I can feel it coming. I'll say to him, "Babe, I'm feeling really toxic. You need to just
go out for a few days.
Just go to the gym. Come back later when I've calmed down, because right now this is going to get bad. His shit's about to go down.
Now you
Get out." Xanthia, what's the worst thing you've done for love?
Giving up family.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Such. Yeah. That was a very tricky time that I ended up with no one, basically. So, yeah, and I believed, where again, he was toxic, I believed that he was the one, he was brilliant, like he'd come into my house and everything. And then, mum didn't want to talk to me, brother didn't want to talk to me, I wasn't allowed to see my nieces. Like, it was fully...
They didn't want to speak to you because the relationship was abusive? Is that why
because
they
of him. And I had to choose out of the guy or my family. And at that moment in time, I
chose
picked
the
him.
guy,
Because because everyone else was on your case about it.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that seems supportive. So why would you go against that person?
You rebel against the ones that are saying, like, no, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And he's been really nice. And I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go with him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
and how did that go?
Badly.
Are you and your family good now, though?
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah.
But that's partly
Sometimes
why I'm not allowed to date anymore.
I feel like sometimes families have to turn their back on people to make them realise the severity, and also because it tears people apart. Like for me, I think I'm actually a really shit friend, because when my friends are in abusive relationships, not abusive, but when they're in toxic relationships, it sort of gets to a point for me where I have to walk away, because I end up wanting to kill their boyfriend. Like I genuinely get like too involved and too invested, and I'm like, and then my friend's upset, they're getting away with murder, and I'm next thing I know, I'm on Facebook calling them all the words under the sun. I'm getting involved. My friend hates me, and I'm like, oh, but I was only doing it because I love you. So now I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, if you're going to continue in this toxic relationship, I'm going to be here for you. But I can't hang around with you anymore, because every time I'm with you, all you do is talk about how toxic it is, and you're crying. You know, that makes me a shit friend, but I have to protect my own energy.
You have to.
Yeah.
But you can only tell someone a certain amount of times. Like, what's that? You can feed, you can bring a horse to water or whatever, but you can't make him drink it.
Yeah.
Horse.
You can bring a horse to a
Don't call my friend a whore.
Unless you got 20 quid on you.
5 grand.
Ching ching.
But
So where do you guys see yourself in the next 3 years? You think you will be settled down?
Do you know what I'd like to? In 3 years, met someone.
Yeah, I'd like that idea.
Genuine.
Are you both straight?
I am not really.
Oh, hang on. Wait a second.
I'm like bi-curious.
Where do you two see each other in 3 years?
The couch and the mic, we're our own podcast.
You can watch.
I don't like porn.
Where did that just go?
I wasn't using that question. I was thinking, hold on a minute, what?
So you see yourself hopefully in some sort of relationship?
Yeah, I'd like to meet someone genuine. That'd be nice, you know.
Someone, you mean, but male or female?
Like, do you know, either. Do you know, the thing is, I don't always go for the way people look. Like, I'm just like, if I like you, I like you. I don't care. Like, obviously, preferably be over 30. Like, I'm not a predator. I'm not into animals or anything weird.
So I'm a predator.
I feel like a predator sometimes, but all these lads are in their 20s and they're like, oi, and I'm like, oh my God.
My boyfriend is 8 years younger than me. He's 29.
Yeah, 8 years is not too bad, but all these ones are like 24 to 27.
Yeah,
I'm 37.
Young.
Like,
too young.
Yeah, but what do we say? We're at the age that we could date you or your dad.
I'll date you and your dad. Like, just cheat on me, mate. I'll be dating your dad. You'll be calling me stepmom next week.
Hey, Mum.
Hey, Mum. Like, so I would like to just meet someone genuine, whether it's a relationship, whether it's someone I can just hang out with and bang, or whether I'm married by then. I generally don't know, but I am, from now, I'm going to be more open, because if someone messaged me right now, I'd be like, fuck off, you dick. Do you know what I mean? But they could be genuinely be really nice, and they could have been through their own traumas. I just don't give them a chance.
But this is it. Everyone has their own.
Yeah.
That everyone has their
Yeah, I
rules
think
up,
people
so
forget that men have also their own
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way they're acting isn't necessarily through them doing it deliberately. I can't talk. Deliberately. Yeah.
Deliberately,
They do
yeah.
it through their own learnt behaviours from
Yeah.
other relationships and childhood and things like that.
You got to remember, us women can be toxic too, so we can ruin the men.
I'm toxic AF.
Hence, when we find the man, he's ruined because of the previous female. So you've also got to
You're
watch
all
on that
just
bit.
basically...
man,
we're all just...
Everyone's toxic.
That's why we just meet up to sex, because it's pointless.
Exactly. That's the
We're supposed to
problem.
have a real conversation. Everyone's like, do I cry? Do I not cry? Do I run away? Do I have mum issues? Do I have dad issues?
Do I marry you?
Yeah, like,
Do you be honest?
do we trauma bond?
Do
we
you
just
tell
fuck?
your
Like,
trauma
that's
bond?
it.
Do you know what? I feel like
bonding.
trauma bonding is probably really, really essential to be like, actually, this is my trauma and this is how I react to it.
Yeah.
What's your trauma? Let's talk about
I
it.
just feel like come with a
Dating
CV.
site now. New one.
Put that on your bio. This is my trauma. What's yours?
Yeah. Just come with your trauma fact file and a CV and I'm good. Like,
Let's do it later on Tinder. See what replies.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go on Tinder. I've never been on there in my life. I'm going to go
Oh
on
God,
there.
mate! It's like Pandora's
Let's
box.
see.
That
Let's
is.
see what happens.
How about you, Xanthia? Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
I'd like to have someone, to be fair, that just do the normal stuff with. Like, just going out for dinners, going to cinema, just something normal. But of course, you don't get that when you're by yourself.
No.
Do you? So, yeah, I'd like that, to be honest. But, I mean, as I said, I don't see myself getting married.
You're not in a rush for it.
No.
Got to be
Not
40
at
in
all.
3 years.
The big 4-0.
Yeah.
Life starts at 40.
Yeah,
Well, got
that's
three,
what they say.
Got 3 bullshit then, and then hopefully I'll that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming along today, girls. We'll wrap it up for today.
Thanks for having us.
That's all right. Thank
I'm
you.
wrapping something, I'm telling you. It's been a while.
Oh, so yeah, we've got our next podcast next.
This is why I'm single. I need to stop talking.
Right, sweet. We're done then.